Is this thing on?
We're hot.
Okay.
Hot and ready. We're in the zone, I guess. Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
A round of applause.
Wow. What are we applauding?
Wow.
False news.
False news.
That turned out to be correct.
So that was on me. Her name's Rachel.
Yeah.
She's the Bachelorette.
You know her, we know her.
Yes.
I love the confusion that was given there.
Oh my god. And the comments.
You were like, I take it back. And all the comments were like, what are you talking about, you
like,
idiot?
Sam, what are you doing? And then I had to respond. I wanted to respond to each comment being like, you guys, it was just a joke. I just wanted to keep in the sound bites because I thought they were funny.
Yeah.
I confused everyone that we love.
It's fine. So Rachel is the Bachelorette.
Doy.
You heard it here first and last.
And with that,
let's dive in.
We start with Nick going into the house and the...
Can we talk
Bimini.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Bimini.
Yeah, Bimini.
Never interrupt me when I say Bimini. Like, I got 4 fucking roses.
But I just love
Makes
the,
it rain with
atmosphere
flowers.
of fear within before. Like, Corinne was like, if he comes back, like, I'm going home. Cut to, like... And they're all like, ah! They're like, no one's getting a rose. We're all going home.
Literally.
They're like, Bimini is our final stop.
Because I think no one lives there.
No one does live there.
No one lives there.
Not even wildlife.
Except for that one bartender, and they paid those kids to play basketball. Let's all be real
They
here.
shipped them in.
We go to the first date. It was swamp porn with Raven.
Can we talk about the sloppy editing of that?
Yeah, of course.
Like, first of all, has she ever ridden an ATV in her life? Like, she pulls up. Didn't you think that was such a funny montage where they're like, get on this? She's like, what is it? A tricycle? And they're like, no, much more dangerous. He gets on and she's like revving the engine. They're going nowhere. And she's like, oh right, put it in gear. They almost like flip off of it.
My takeaway was that there was a GoPro at her ass as well.
Yeah.
Loved that. And I love that she put all of her hair in the helmet for the moment when she took it off, and then she was just like, Her hair was filled with secrets, dirt, debris.
Also, like, just like things that I noticed.
Sure.
Nick, you're going swamping. Why are you wearing leather boots?
Leather boots, jeans.
Full jeans.
And a button up.
Like.
Did he not know that they would be, like, ass deep in swamp ass?
Who knows?
Swamp water?
Is there anything worse than wet jeans? Comment below.
I mean, wet socks and a boot, trench foot.
For sure.
And then he took off his shirt, which I loved.
I was gonna say, there was a lot of him changing in this episode, and I was like, pause.
Audible woos from my end. Audible woos.
The, like, little bit about whispering secrets into the silo, I was like, why are we here? And then, like, the police show up, I was like, it's her brother. Oh. Her brother's on the force. Like, what's more southern than that?
Immediately I knew this was the bit.
And, like, again, a small detail that I noticed. Did you notice his bulletproof vest? It was, like, so frayed and, like, flapping in the wind. I was like, that's not even, like, stopping a grain of sand.
We just were like, this look won't work. Do you want a bulletproof vest or something more legitimate? And he was just like, I guess.
No, he's like, no. And they're like, we'll stop at Value Village. We'll buy you a secondhand one.
There's a Halloween store out down the road, right?
Yeah.
Her stop is her family home.
Yeah.
This is so bad, but, like, you know, like, maybe not now, but, like, pop stars of our generation were, like, so beautiful and their parents are so ugly.
I'm thinking immediately Britney Spears.
Yeah. That is exactly like Raven.
What they were like. Like, they're so beautiful and you're like, you two equal...
That.
How? Like, the brother makes sense.
Oh, for sure.
But, I mean, God bless, her dad's cancer-free.
Right. We're garbage people. Her dad's cancer-free. Waterworks were going down. I mean, not much else to say about that.
You know what, though? Like... This season, I find, especially the, like, exterior people, are very genuine. Like, at first I was like maybe he had cancer for, like, the show. But then, no, sorry, I'm garbage.
Anything for
but my mind immediately went there. It's like, she saved herself. She was backed into a corner. She's like, how can I stay? My dad has cancer.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then, like, it was one of, like, if it was a lie, they, like, show up on the doorstep and he's like, I am cancer-free.
Or he's like... It's like the air mask. Like, takes off
it's like a gas mask that goes to nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sorry. But like, sorry, we're garbage. But he's like completely fine, and like they had like a genuine moment where she's like, I don't know what I do without you. Like, I would rather walk down the aisle alone than with anybody else. Like,
very sweet.
I thought about crying, but I didn't.
I didn't think about crying. So, good note on where I'm at.
Yeah.
Back to the contro interracial relation.
Okay. This was one, like,
I
I
was-
was pay attention to every part.
Physically leaning in. And I was watching with my sister and other people, and we were all just like, like almost taking notes. I was like, how are they going to handle this?
Like, it was, like, important TV.
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
that they've never dove into before.
That's right.
Like, first of all, like, we didn't watch this week together. As soon as they, like, pulled up to the church, I was like, Sam is screaming inside. She's so happy right now.
I was screaming.
Like, standing in her own aisle, like, clapping
Yeah.
along to the sermon.
And I was like laughing that it was almost so, I can tell that Rachel actually wanted this to be the date, but it was so on the nose that it was just
I loved
like,
it, though.
I loved it too.
And he was so uncomfortable.
It's literally
He's like, do I stand or sit?
I mean, okay, yeah, for sure. But it's also like, if there was like a very, very Jewish Bachelor contestant,
Right.
like, let's go to fucking shul. You know what I mean?
That's my dream. That's my ideal first date, shul.
I mean, like, is that
Take
what
me
it's
to
like?
Israel, actually, and explain to me the history.
Let's hop on
everything.
a plane and just go to Birthright.
Yeah.
Because I feel like...
like, have, like, kind of FOMO about Birthright. People are, like, talking about Birthright, I'm like...
One day.
Yeah, one day. Probably not.
Oh, jeez. I don't know how to circle
I know,
back.
sorry, there's no way to get
It's
back
a
to that.
loaded
So
topic
anyway.
for me. Loaded, heavy,
Sorry.
meaty topic.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, so they go to the black church. I thought it was just like, literally, like a sister act was just happening live. It was almost too obvious. But I loved it still, and it's obviously important to her. So like, we can't not do it just because it's fucking obvious.
This is a tangent, but do you not find that Rachel's getting more beautiful as the
Yes.
season goes on? I'm like, she's a
I'm
new
so
Supreme.
happy you said
it's
that.
so obvious. Literally, she walked into Dallas and like a like gust of wind came across her, and I was like, she's even more beautiful than before.
I agree.
Like, big like Disney eyes, like
I
so
agree.
wide and beautiful.
And it made me like think of her other family members. I was like, her sister's gorgeous, her cousin's gorgeous.
Their whole family is so
Yeah.
beautiful. Her sister with like the bob who's married to the other white
Yes.
guy. I was like, why
Okay.
isn't she an actress?
So 100%. So after church, they go to the home, and it's like,
First of all, they were like, can you identify any of this food? And he was like, that's a vegetable. Like, he knew
Yeah.
each thing.
I know. They almost spoke about things like,
But I love it.
I'm black and you're white. Like,
Yeah.
it was, I couldn't tell if that's
Okay.
how you're supposed to handle it, or if it's like, okay, if this was normalized, like, not everything would be pointed out that, like, your cultures are different.
Right.
But that's
I kind of loved it, though. Because the whole time he was, like, insisting, he's like, I love Rachel for the woman she is. And, like, it kind of bothered me that the only other white guy there was addressing the elephant in the room when they like went off to the side, and he's like, so
Agreed.
what do you like about Rachel? I was like, why don't you let her sister speak, who like
I agree.
he's like, let's tackle the race in this like scenario. I was like, why you? That they're all like, we understand that you're like an open-minded dude,
Right.
but like if you have children together, like how do you play into this? Like,
But do you find it very convenient that the dad wasn't there, and to replace him was the white boyfriend?
yeah. It's
Even
like,
if that
here's
is
a
real.
white patriarch. Yeah, no, I know.
It's just like,
I agree.
I was like, interesting.
That being said, full disclosure,
And why do
we're
they-
both white, so
That's
maybe
right.
this means something different to us than it does to like
That's
black
correct.
viewers or like any other culture. Happy to be here, but
Happy to be
yeah.
here, but our opinion doesn't matter in this context.
Exactly.
But I don't know, we can't not talk about it. Just
Yeah.
like in The Bachelor.
I just feel like that was like a microcosm for like like liberal America as a whole to be like, so this is a black person, like, do you understand? And they're like, I don't see color. And I also love that the whole thing, like Rachel was like, this is your journey to woke, Nick. Like,
Literally.
good luck.
Easily the smartest one on that show. Like
Yeah.
the most successful. Their whole family is like so successful. That house was like the nicest one out of all of them.
Okay, so I'm happy that you say this because this is the doubter in me, but how deep does the onion go here? Like,
And-
was she planted from the beginning to be the Bachelorette? You know what I mean?
100%. I don't know.
Like, did they even pick her as a match for Nick, or were they like, Nick, this girl? I don't know, but they do have chemistry.
No, but the thing is, it's a great observation because usually with the next Bachelor, the Bachelorette, it's like someone that the audience is obsessed with.
Yeah.
I didn't find that I was like
Dolphin
dying
Girl was
for
the
her.
girl that we wanted to see
Yeah,
more of.
like,
Like, we
they're-
liked her, but she wasn't like,
No.
what's Rachel doing?
I agree.
Being said, no one was in the forefront
That's
of my
right.
mind.
That's right. Like, I didn't really care for anyone, I guess
Yeah.
you could say.
True.
I don't know. So anyways, that happened. It was kind of a very important part of this whole show, this franchise. It kind of like planted the seed for The Bachelorette, essentially.
Yeah.
Because they showed her family, they showed like she's going to be dating white guys and like the tables will turn and she'll be, you know, the one to set the tone. And I thought it was very interesting and I think they handled it well, and I'm white, so like who cares what I think, but like that being said, I was leaning in for sure.
What you said. Then we go to Corinne's hometown of Miami, Florida.
Okay, this girl.
I had a smile the entire time.
So did I.
Like, first of all, my favorite is that her nanny has obviously been a joke like every step of the way. Like, she's gotten made fun of outside of it, but it was a joke inside the show too.
That's right.
Like when Nick was like, can't wait to meet Raquel.
Can't wait to get the one-on-one talk with not even your mom, but your nanny. So the date starts with her going to Shops of Bell Harbor in Miami and just completely pretty manning him.
She walked in and all the salespeople were like, Corinne, what's up, girl?
Hey, girl.
Yeah,
like we're getting money today.
Do
you work on commission?
But I also just love that she was like, put on this ugly outfit. Put on this ugly outfit. Put on this ugly outfit.
I didn't understand was she actually buying it?
I think so.
Because
probably reimbursed by the show.
They had shown the outside of that store like upwards of 7 times.
Yeah.
So whatever that fucking store was, I've never even heard of it. And I'm pretty on the pulse with my own shops.
Say.
That's right.
Like, Sam, who are you wearing? She's like, this old thing.
Kmart.
Yeah. Can I just say that I actually don't. The further we've gotten in, the less I falter for having a nanny. Isn't she like 23 if a day?
Yes.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
She's 24 if she's
like, it's not like Raquel's changing her diapers.
She's just cooking the meals and cleaning and doing her laundry and doing whatever else she wants her to do.
Yeah.
With our company.
Yeah. I also thought it was kind of rude that her dad was like, are you prepared to be the breadwinner? I was like, she's a woman of the 21st century. They can both be breadwinners.
And I can't believe that was his only concern.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, take her, but you'll be making money, right?
I mean, there's layers. That whole thing was insane. I was like, first of all, you literally look like the bad guy in Monsters, Inc. Have you not seen The Bachelor? He's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. He'll sell fit teas.
He'll sponsor shit till he's 47.
Until a camera will no longer look kindly upon him.
That's right. And I think he's got time. He'll write a tell-all and, like, we'll buy it. He's fine.
Yeah.
The funniest part was when they all cheers with the olives, and then Nick tried it, and then there was a pregnant pause about how he would react.
Yeah.
Everyone who was watching it, who was here, was like this, waiting for him to say, it was delicious.
Yeah. Part of me, though, when they did it, I was like, oh my god, he's never had an olive before.
I was like, is he choking? Like, does he like the olive or not? Does he like the olive or not? She said she loved him. I don't know, like, I like Corinne, I guess. She's like the type of girl.
Anything do belong together.
Here's the thing. This is horrible. She is that Jewish girl that like went to camp with me that existed and like got all the presents on Visitor's Day and like always had these fresh new Aritzia outfits that I respected and probably shared a couple laughs with, but like was never friends with.
Here's my qualm with her. She got to go on Birthright and I didn't. Does she practice Kabbalah? I noticed a red string.
Of course. She practices Kabbalah because Madonna does it. Nick practices Livestrong because he doesn't know about the news.
Right. And then we have Vanessa, the French Canadian.
Yes.
Love the shout out with the snippet of the national anthem and the like hard focus on the flag with like the Quebec flag right beside it. I was like, yeah, we know.
Obviously, she goes to her students. They're older people with disabilities, and they're fucking bawling their eyes out saying hi to her, and it's such a touching moment.
Yeah, it was a touching moment.
And Nick is just, like, swooning, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Then she prepares them for her divorced parents' dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Where he'll meet all of her family members.
Except for her dad.
Except for her dad.
Essentially.
All the women look like warped versions of Celine Dion.
Literally, I don't remember what her sister's name is, but no one in that family loves her because, you know the saying, like, eyebrows are sisters, not twins?
Yes, of course.
Her eyebrows aren't even from the same, like, species.
Really?
Like, one of them goes, like, all the way to the center, and then the other one starts, like, middle of the eye. It's like, hello?
Her dinner looked so good.
It did look really fucking good. And they ate on camera. Is that what you were going to say?
No, but incredible point. I obviously would have screamed that as well. They zoomed in on the meal like a tortellini pasta dish.
I noticed that too.
And I was like, thank you so much, because I did want to know what was on the plate. Yeah. Her brother.
Is he like 5 feet?
My friend messaged me saying her brother work at Gringotts, and I said, what's Gringotts?
The bacon Harry Potter.
The bacon Harry Potter. What is with all of them like bawling their eyes out over her? Like, what has she gone through?
Like
love life,
a hard breakup, I guess.
They're all like, you need.
Also, her mom Loki being like, I don't want to take her through another breakup. I was like, all right.
I was like, Jesus.
I was like, Mom, cool it.
Like, this is legit her last chance on love, because if this ends, like, her family will completely abandon her.
And each one, she's like, I'm falling in love with him, and each one was like, it's been 6 weeks, okay, Vanessa? Cool it.
I mean, I respect that, but like, I just didn't expect so many goddamn waterworks of a story that I wasn't even aware was sad to begin with.
Yeah, I was closer to crying with Raven. The plot twist when they're... First of all, where are they in New York? Which, are you on the Brooklyn side, the other side? I was like, there's Manhattan. Are you in Jersey?
I straight up couldn't tell.
I was like, what side is this? So who knows?
So the twist is that Andy...
Okay, this was not a twist for me.
Okay,
and let me tell you why. Because they cut from Vanessa getting out of the car being like, I have some unanswered questions, wearing that questionable as hell top.
Oof.
As we've come to know and respect from her.
Mm-hmm.
Almost their choices that are wrong in some core way.
I want to say J-Lo early millennium all the time.
But worse.
Worse.
Like a discount brand that's looking at what J-Lo does and then creating like tiny alterations to make it their own.
Yes.
So they cut from her and I was like, ooh, that top's bad. And then they cut to the shoes walking down the hallway and I was like, the person who picks those doesn't pick that shirt.
Honestly, I expected Andy Dorfman to be wearing nicer shoes.
That's the plot twist, it's Andy Dorfman.
It's Andy Dorfman. You see her walking to his hotel room and she's like, hey Nick, we need to talk.
New York Times #1 seller, Andy Dorfman?
I was surprised that she didn't have her book with her. Being like, she promoting, you know? What's her game plan with this appearance?
I don't know.
It's not like she's going on the show being like, I want you back, because I know
But I'm kind of hoping that's the case.
They always bring in past
You're right.
Bachelor, Bachelorettes to like help them and like mentor them to their final decision. And it's just baloney. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this now so it's on the record. I truly don't believe that he will be married by the end of this show.
I completely agree. Literally, as I watch him, like, none of you win.
None of you win. I think that he will
Least of all, Nick.
Of course. I know that he will choose Vanessa just because I'm...
I don't know why, though.
I just think that she happens to be the most well-rounded person, but I don't think that equates to their chemistry.
I don't even think it's that. I think that
It isn't that.
She's like, I want this, and he's like, okay.
Yeah. I don't think that they actually could even, like, chill in a room together for, like, a day, you know? And, like, have really a lot of good back and forths.
Completely.
Thank you so much for joining us yet again. Thank you so much for joining us yet again. I'm Sam.
And I'm Aidan.
And this is Rose Roast.
Yeah, it is.
And, like...
Hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe. We're almost at 500 subscribesies. And we'll remember you guys at the top.
At 501, we'll still be grounded.
At 502, we may not be. We make no promises.
We're in a basement, but the egos are huge. It accommodates a lot.
Huge.